What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of TheLead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. Today, we're going to be talking about the CJ Stroud speculation, the scenario, the injury diagnosis that is CJ Stroud. It is sweeping the headlines all over Houston Texans Twitter, and why not? This is the franchise quarterback. This is QB1. There has to be a conversation. CJ Stroud generates a lot of clicks, views, and traffic more than anybody on this Texans roster. There's no disrespect to it, but CJ Stroud is that dude. He is him, and the fans should have some sort of concern, or should they, about whether or not his shoulder is a big issue. We're going to be having Chris Sims, former quarterback, going to be talking about this in a quick little minute clip. So while we're at it, guys, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We are on the road to 15,000 subscribers. So again, make sure to go in there, swarm that like button, go swarm the comment section. And then while you're at it, you might as well swarm that subscribe button as well, because I'm trying to get to 15K before training camp. And that's where it gets real nice and juicy, because ladies and gentlemen, you know I will be there giving you all the latest news, rumors, updates, anything surrounding the Texans training camp. All the updates will be here on TheLead Houston, where it's all Houston all the time. So let's go ahead and get into what Chris Sims has to say about this CJ Stroud scenario that's going on
here. This has first off, let me just say this. I think if he got shoulder surgery or anything like that, we would have heard it. We would have heard it. So I have a hard time thinking that's the deal here. This has all the signs to me, Mike, of tendonitis, general soreness. This, to me, has all the signs of we got back training, I started throwing, maybe I threw a little too much at first, and now the inside of my elbow hurts, right? It's how golfers get it at times, right? Tennis players, stuff like that, because of that hinging and all of this as a thrower. And if you're not in shape for that or don't approach it the right way when you get back into it after a long period of time, that's when that can flare up. And this, to me, has all the signs of that type of thing. Elbow, shoulder. I would bet it's more elbow than not, but we'll see where it goes. But it certainly looks like that to me in my experience around the NFL.
So you hear Chris Sims there talk about the elbow, shoulder. He's saying, and he dismissed it immediately, that there was no shoulder surgery. He says that we would have known about it already. I disagree with him. I don't think the Houston Texans are an organization that is going to be trying to leak anything. Now, I understand it is an injury report, and whenever there's some sort of injury or surgery, it usually gets leaked. But it's just the Texans are a very tight-lipped organization, and quite frankly, it would not shock me if they kept this under the rug. They swept it underneath and kind of hid it away from the national media to try to not stir the national fan base and as well as the local fan bases to trying to create this driven idea that, oh my goodness, CJ Stroud had shoulder surgery and they traded away Laramie Tunsil. Do y'all understand how nationally that looks like negative for the Houston Texans? Because you traded away your best offensive lineman and supposedly your quarterback has shoulder surgery. I don't think it's, oh, we would have known. I think it's the Texans hiding the fact, because I do believe there has had to have been some sort of shoulder surgery, maybe even a cleanup, but it is minor. Now, we've had Aaron Wilson mention that CJ Stroud, could be back next week. So, maybe we're just putting too much into this. Maybe we're pulling a lot out of this situation, being that it is only June the 5th, excuse me. So the Texans, who knows what's going on with CJ Stroud. Ultimately, though, he is not participating in throwing drills. He is there at every practice so far. He's been participating in warm-ups, resistance training, all those stuff. But when it comes to throwing a football, not so much. Then the viral clip of him shooting a basketball. And I don't think there's anything really wrong with his shoulder. I think there is actually general soreness, something that Nico Ryans has mentioned. To me, he's not going to see not in anything crazy, and he can move his arm. And you saw, Chris Sims doing this motion right here. He can do that. To me, he is just fine. To me, I am not panicking over this situation. I am at a 2 right now. I am aware about the injury, and I am going to monitor whatever injury this is or issue or however minor it is. I'm aware and I will monitor it, but I'm not that concerned. We're only early into June. If it starts getting into mandatory minicamp, which is next week, okay, January, what? June 10th and June 11th is mandatory minicamp where everyone has to show up. If CJ Stroud is still not throwing by then maybe the panic meter does go up just a smidge. But ultimately, right now, I am not that worried about what is happening with CJ Stroud. I think this is all a precautionary measure for him not to throw the football because he doesn't feel 100% right now. It could be just like what Chris Sims said. Maybe he just overworked a bit. Maybe he threw the football a little too much and he got some general soreness, as he said, similar to the words of D'Amico Ryan, their head coach. He also mentioned maybe tendonitis, and it is similar to golfers as well as even some pitchers where, you just get some soreness in your elbow to the shoulder. Chris Sims mentioned that he thinks it's more of an elbow than it is a shoulder. So I don't really know. We're just going off base the reports we've seen, and I'm not here to change your mind. I understand that you will be concerned because this is quarterback one. This is the franchise quarterback. I'm not here to change your mind about it whatsoever. You can feel however you feel about it. This is just how I feel about the situation. But I understand some overreactions. I understand that we can't have nice things here with Houston sports and Astros and Rockets and Texans. I get it, and I get that there is some, exaggeration here. I understand it. It's perfectly plausible that this is something that could be more than what it is. But ultimately, I am just going to take it at hand what the Houston Texans and the Miko Ryans are spewing right now. And they're spewing that this is just general soreness. There's nothing more to be concerned about. And we've even had Aaron Wilson report similar stuff that, okay, guys, he could be coming back as soon as next week. So we'll see what happens. We'll circle back in a week and we'll see whether or not CJ Stroud is throwing at mandatory minicamp. Let me know down in the comment section whether or not you agree or disagree. How concerned are you on the panic meter? Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10 with CJ Stroud's shoulder issue, elbow issue? Let me know down in the comments. I'll reply. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.